we have a goat right here in the front. You know, you saw him. It's a baby girl. You saw her walked in. You know, you could look at her confirmation. She looks good. We're gonna actually age her. We don't want to speculate what she look like and how she looks. Basically, what you see is that her body condition looks pretty well, fairly well. You're not seeing any of her bones sticking out. So how we do our body condition from 1 to 5. So if it's a 1 or 2, meaning that those animals are very thin, emaciated, thin, you can see the bones. You'd be able to see rib bone, everything sticking out. 3, 3.5 is ideal. So I'd say this goes probably at 3, looking good, meaning that the animals are well fed. If they are 4 or 5, it means that those animals are too fat. And for production purposes, for breeding purposes, if your animals are too fat, that's really not a good idea. So you want to have them pretty much in the middle. This one is about a 3. In terms of age, we're going to look at the age right now. So how we age goats, we basically look at their teeth. And just a minute. And just by looking at her, you might say, oh, well, she looks like maybe a year. She looks like a year. How old do you think she looks? 4 months? Anybody else? 6 months. So when they're young, below a year, they will still have those baby teeth. As soon as they get to 1, they'll change it out so you get 1 pair of teeth at the front, big ones, and then when you have 2 pairs looking like that, the big ones, they're 2 years old, 3 pairs, 3 years old onwards. So we're going to actually look at this now and tell you exactly how old this goat is. So when we look, we see 1 big pair right here, and then there's a second one. And then beside that, we have baby teeth. So the camera is looking at that. So this goat is actually 2 plus. 2 over 2. Where is the owner? The owner is right here. So can you confirm that this goat is over 2 years old, sir? Yes, sir. Yes. So these 2 big ones in the middle represent 1 year. And then if you count, so that one is 2 years. And then you notice there's a baby teeth right there. So she's not 3 yet, she's 2. When this little one here changes to a big one, then the animal will be 3 years old. Okay, let's have a look at this one. It's a bigger goat, much bigger goat. You can actually... So what do you think? How old do you think this one is? Hold on. Don't say anything. How old do you think this one is? 3 years old? 6? Hold on, you said 6 months. Who said 3 years old? Hold on, we're not opening it. How old do you think this goat is? 3 or 4 years old. 8 months? Okay. 1 year? Alright, go ahead and open the mouth. How old do you think it is now? Well, there's a lot of teeth inside there. but it's not how many, you know, it's what they look like. So that's why I wanted you to come and look at this one and then look at that one. So come and look again. Look at this one, look at this one, and then look at that one. So, less than 1 year, over a year, 2, 3, 4. Less than 2 years. More than a year, you're too far, man, you're too far. Less than 1 year. Alright. So, Mr. Owner, they seem to be not getting it. 3 years? Why 3? Show me why you said 3. No, count the teeth then, man. Come closer. Come closer. Look at this first.
Look at these teeth.
Big, these are bigger. These are the baby ones around here. Okay, look at that one now.
Look at that one.
Hold up the head a bit more, yeah? So show me where you count 3. Where do you count the 3 now?
So what you say the age of this one?
Going 3.
So what you say now?
Under one.
So what do you say? What do you say? So if you not change your teeth yet, how old? Less than a year.
Each year, 1 tooth comes up. 1 big tooth. So 1 year, 1 big tooth. Year 2, another big tooth. Year 3, another big tooth. Year 4, another big tooth. Because because I associate. You see when it starts saying 2, 1. Right, so I just say, bust it in half.
Yes.
Bust the goat face in half. And count 1, 2, 3, 4. So each one big tooth is 1 year.
Yeah.
2 years, 3 years, 4 years.
The same thing applies to the other side.
Yes.
The same applies to the other side. So it don't matter the number, right?
Oh, so you just count on one side.
Yes.
Yeah, because I can't count more than 4. Alright? 1, 2, 3, 4.
So we're gonna weigh them, and we have a scale right here too. So if
Yeah.
all right, but this one is not very heavy. So let's check the weight on this one. So this is something simple you can do if you're selling your animals, or if you're gonna deworm him or her. You can actually get an accurate weight to do that. Live weight. So what does that say? Yeah, man. Look at that. It gives you the weight right there. So it gives it to you in pounds and kilograms right there. So it's 57 pounds, 26 kg. So right behind those front legs, yes, the way you do the measurement, and you don't want it too tight, and it should not be too slack. You want just a little bit of movement right there. Have a look at it. What do you say? How do you estimate the weight on that one? They're bull goats. They're very muscular, so they'll probably be on the heavier side.
140.
So 140 pounds, 63.5 kilograms. Looks about accurate. So if when you're gonna deworm your animals, remember all your dewormers will have the dose on it. Dr. Young spoke about that. It will tell you that you need X amount of milliliters per 10 kg. Once you've weighed your goat, it will tell you how much kgs or pounds. You can accurately pull up these dewormers. Let's try and weigh this one now using.
That was the one before.
57.
Ja, look at him. Look at him.
56 pounds on this scale.
That is accurate.
1 pound out.
That's accurate.
Well, we're not gonna try and lift up this. So we did say 57 pounds with the tape, and the scale says 56 pounds. So that's 100% accurate. So it shows you that the tape actually works. So when we're doing the temperature, remember where Dr. Young says you're supposed to. So you turn on your thermometer because it's electronic. So remember to turn on the thermometer. Now there's a power button on it. So you turn it on, and once you see the screen turns blue, then one hand holding the tail, one hand holding the tail. All right, let's give him some so the farmers can see into the rectum, and it will be counting. And you want to wait until it's finished counting, and some of them will make a beep, and that's when you read your temperature. So it's still counting. There's a letter on it that will be flashing, which is F. When the F stops flashing and it stays in one position and it makes a beep, so it's 102.7, which is very normal. So before you call Dr. Young or myself and tell us that the goat is sick, make sure that you check your temperature first. Check the temperature first so that when you call us, you can tell us the temperature is 102.7. The goat has some mucus at the nose. This is going on. What you can also do, you can check your watch for like 60 seconds and count the amount of time the goat is breathing. You can also give us that information. So all of those things are very important because we may ask you those things so that we can try and understand what exactly is going on. Alright? So you want to clean it off properly. Once you're finished doing that, you put it back into the holder. And remember to turn it off because it's battery, and if you don't turn it off, you will kill the batteries. Yes? And keep it in a dry place.
Away from the sun.
So you can use alcohol to clean it with cotton. You don't have to. Well, you can actually wash off the tip if it has a lot of feces on it, but you don't want to wash the entire thermometer in water because it's electronic and you could damage it that way.
Okay, so one of the things that you want to do when you're actually doing the temperature check is to actually put the pointer to the side, inside the anus, where the membrane is, because if you just push it straight like that, you might end up in feces where you're not going to get an accurate reading. So when you push it inside, try to put it to the side where
or the intestine, so it
touching
sits.
the membrane.
So when it goes in the anus, you want it to sit on the side like that, so you get an accurate reading.
Your flesh.
Yeah.
So you know if you push it in, and if the anus is full of feces, then you might get inaccurate reading like that. So just push it to the side where it's actually touching the skin inside here. Yeah.
This is your drenching gun. Now, you would have weighed the animal before because you have your weight tape, which is very accurate. Once you've weighed the animal, you're going to proceed to deworming. Now, you're going to have to look at your dewormers. Okay, so you're going to look at your oral dewormers. So this is Benvet, this is 2.5%. And it says right here for a goat, 2 milliliter per 10 kgs. Now, this goat right here is 20 kgs. This says 2 ml per 10 kg. So how many milliliters would you give this goat? 4 ml. So you would pull up your 4 ml because it shows you right here. It has the calibration right here, so you can see 5, 10, 15, 20. So you estimate where 4 is. You pull that up and then you'll proceed to doing your drenching. So remember that long section and curve, what we said it was for? What was it again? Yes, and so you want to get it behind the tongue. Yes, so watch carefully how you're going to insert that. So you want to go at the corner.
No, you can put your finger. I put my finger because he cannot bite you.
So there's no
teeth on the side, yeah?
You don't want to put it at the front because sometimes they're going to try and chew on it and you don't want to damage teeth or damage anything. So always go at the corner. Everybody will get one in their kit. So, and always get it behind the tongue first and then you push it out. Because you want it behind the tongue.
And you squeeze out.
Yes. And when you're finished, what are you going to be doing with this? You're going to? You can pull it down. So Dr. Young is going to show you how you pull that down now.
There's an attachment for another piece that you can put here to put on syringes. Needles. I'm sorry, needles.
You'd also have your record books because record is so very important. You'd have all your breeding dates inside here, when you put out the animals, which buck you use, or whichever animal you have, sheep or goats. You'd write down all of that information so you'd know whether or not this animal is pregnant and how far along she is. You'd all have a numbering system for the purpose of identification. And for example, if this animal is pregnant, you know that you might not be able to use Benvet or Levox at whatever stage of pregnancy, and in that case, you'd have to consider using a different type of dewormer. And of course, remember, the animal may be pregnant, but remember what you learned in your training this morning. You do not have to always deworm your animals. Dr. Young talked about the FAMACHA charts and how you check that. How did she say you're supposed to check?
Oh, yeah, look here.
And when you check the membranes, what are you looking for? The color. And if you see that the animal is looking very bright and pink, what would you do? You won't deworm. Alright, so let's have a look at this one and show you a little demonstration.
Called push, pull, and pop method.
So
So you're going to push down at the top eyelid. No. So you push down on it and pull down at the bottom. And then you put the card next to it. See? So somebody tell me what color is it?
A 1, 2, or 3.
Let me hold it down here this way. Right, push, pull, right? Is this a 5, a 1? No. 2?
3.
About a 3, right?
Yeah.
And you're supposed to check on both sides, so let's turn our eye again.
So one eye can have,
There can be a difference, yes. I can't see, sorry. Tell me ready when you're ready.
3 same way.
3 same way. So she's a what?
3. So she's a 3. So would you deworm this animal?
Yeah.
So if she's a 3 with a question mark, what will you look at next? You can look at her body condition, or you can look at her coat. She's looking very good. Coat is very smooth. She's in very good body condition. So would you deworm this animal?
Say bye-bye.
So you wouldn't waste your dewormers on this one.
You also promote marking animals.
Yes. So and before we get to marking, let's talk about the marking, because I was going to talk about a different product that we didn't touch on in the training today, which is our minerals. Because sometimes you see the goats looking very rough and shabby, and we all think it's worm, but not always worm. Because the grass is out there sometimes at different time of the year. The nutritional content of the grass and mineral content might be different. So sometimes you find that your goats are very deficient in mineral, but they're looking very shabby. We may not know that, and then we start deworming them. And it's not a worm problem, it's just because they are deficient in certain minerals. So what we recommend at all times is that to get rid of that problem, that we keep them on a free choice mineral. We have it in one little container, hard lib, meaning that we just leave it there. They'll eat it when they want it. So very, very important. We also promote marking. So for the purpose of records, if you dewormed some of your animals and you want to know which ones, you can actually mark them at, and it's for different purposes. If you're doing deworming, if you bred animals that you want to breed, those that, for whatever reason, you can put different markings.
Mark it and document.
For documentation. So we also have these chalk sticks that you can actually buy and use.
This is better than the nipple bottle. It has to do with the length of the nipple, and also how this has a little valve on it, so they don't overfeed, choke, or the milk doesn't flow too fast. Right, so that's why I left it in the Coca-Cola bottle. Just a regular nipple soda bottle, and it works. You wash it out and keep it.
Many of us practice hoof trimming on our farms. I've been on farms and I've seen those hooves, and they are, they're curved into all different directions and they're all over the place. So goats, if you have them on concrete or stones or areas like these, you tend to have better hoof quality. And if you're following up and doing hoof trimming routinely. But we find that when they become very poor, we get all different problems with them, all sorts of problems. And when the feet are bad, eventually the whole health of the animal will fall, and then you run into a problem. So, because healthy animals need very healthy feet and healthy hooves, so we promote hoof trimming, and that's why we put one of those nippers inside your kit. So Mr. Thomas will now demonstrate what a proper way to actually do it. So I don't want everybody to crowd around the one goat, but try your best to actually to see what he's doing. And if you have questions, on how to do it, and if somebody wants to come up, I don't want you to come up and try to trim this one, but how to hold the nippers, how to hold the feet, and the proper way to do it so you don't cut off the foot of the animal and cause more harm.
You want to make sure that you maintain enough, that it's in its most natural form, right? So when it's overgrown, like you can see this outer toe is overgrown here, so we're going to get it back to the more natural form. The only comment I have to say is a lot of farmers, they're a little bit fearful, like Patrick says, that they want to chop off the whole foot. It's really difficult for you to do that. But you want to trim it enough that it comes back to its natural form. So the little secret is they say you can trim until you see pink. So we'll show you when you go in there. Alright?
Basically you want to always cut away from your hand. Right? So you can see all of this is dead. Callus right here, you want to get rid of all of this. So
small pieces, don't try to go big.
Little bit by little bit.
Yep.
Wow.
And take your time, yes. Take your time. So that's fingernails, That's like cutting your fingernails. There's no feeling right there. She's actually enjoying this.
You serious?
It has jagged edges, so it's. But it.
What a nail file now.
I'll cut the next one then. I'll see if it's a technician or the instrument.
So small pieces. Take your time.
Everybody not gonna want to do that,
Yeah.
I mean, that's like cutting your fingernails. There's nothing wrong with that. So don't be fearful that you're gonna hurt the animal. Once you go in small pieces, you're good.
They're cutting in the bar, man. You say, whoa.
And if you look, that's almost towards what it is naturally,
Yep.
right? Perfectly done.
So these weren't too bad, so we don't really need to cut away too much from it. But so.
And we're gonna let farmers do it, When we go over there, you all are gonna be the ones doing the actions. Alright? Just giving you the demo first.
Whoa.
So all of those are dead. Those are dead nails. So remember, this animal is 2 years old, So she may not have had a nail trim in a while. Where is the owner? Where's the owner? When was the last time this goat was trimmed? The hooves, Mr. Owner? And it depends on the type of flooring that they have too.
Yes, and
Yes.
I have a question.
Yes.
The question there is, at the end of trimming of the wolf, you never tend up him walk on.
No.
we're not taking off the
No, I mean, depending on where him walk.
No. If you trim it down too far and they're walking on gravel, you might see some tenderness. But we're not promoting you trimming it down way down. Once you start trimming and you see pink, you stop right there.
Oh. I make it pinkish.
Pinkish. You're not seeing that yet.
Right, so there's another option of using a hoof knife, right, which is like a knife and you can pare it down a little flatter.
So if you put let's put them together and see. So you want them to,
Yeah.
So you say I want a brand new pair of shoes?
Yes.
Ah.
Right, so let me just try the next one. Let me see if there's a use.
can I switch? You're going to switch that, turn them around? Okay.
Cha-cha. Go look how that catchy.
Yeah, there. Yeah.
No, but it can't.
It's not the
No, it's alright. It takes.
Yes, go ahead. If you're doing it alone, what you could do is you can put the animal between your legs, so turn the head that way and pick up the front foot, and so you have them turned up that way and you could just cut away. So you could do it easily by yourself.
My hands are not
Yeah, or you could tie up the head on a post, so you could and back the animal into one side and easily cut like that. Because many people do it alone and easy. So practice. No, practice. So you have to practice. And you know your animals better than anybody else. So you should be able to do it to your animals easier than anybody else.
Come, Shabba, you next. Come, Shabba.
Anybody want to? Shabba doesn't want.
We've gone through so much information today. I hope you guys are still, well, you seem excited still. All right, so a part of maintaining your animals or, ensuring that your animals are in good shape is just to ensure that the surroundings are clean, right? How many of you harvest rainwater that you use for your animals? Quite a few of you, all right? So, yeah. So one of the things that you want to do, because in that drum or container that you harvest the water in, over time you can build up bacteria, right? And once the animals start to ingest that water, then it can cause other illnesses that will require antibiotic treatment, and sometimes it might not be treatable. The animal might die, right? So you want to ensure that you're disinfecting your water. We have AquaPure tablets, so that's like a chlorine tablet that you would add to the water. You can use it to disinfect or chlorinate the water. It's 1 tablet to every 8,000 liters of water. So the 55 right, so that's 100 gallons. So that's roughly 1 tablet that you would split in 2 55-gallon drums.
So the 650 tank, no, never throw about what? 6 tablets.
6 tablets, right. You can also use it to disinfect surfaces, and if you're disinfecting surfaces, it's like 2 tablets to the 5-gallon bucket of water that you'd use for disinfection, right? On top of that, we have what you call Dexon Super. Now, after you wash down your pen, you can use bleach to disinfect the pen as well. You mix your Dexon Super and you just spray it and leave it, right? So this will dry and it will disinfect any other bacteria that is remaining, right?
If the animal is in the pen?
Yes.
Yes, right? If it's preferable, if you can take the animals out and wash it down properly first, but if not, you can still use it while it is safe for the animal. It's not going to affect them at all, right? And it's 1 pack to a 5-gallon bucket of water. We had mentioned the iodine again in training, so I just want to show you again what it's like. It does come with a spray applicator, so you won't have to be pouring anything. You just spray it on the area. So the navels for the goats, if they have any cut, you want to first disinfect it. You use your iodine, right? So, and it's very good to dry up the navel.
Yes.
Yes, you can use it on all livestock. It's not singular to goats. But because it's a goat training, so we have to highlight the goats, right?
But the question is,
What is it?
me normally use screwworm.
Screwworm.
Yeah, screwworm spray for them things because I don't know about it.
Well, now you know about it, and it's in your bucket.
So, I mean, if was the screwworm useful or not?
I think screwworm now is just not as effective. Yeah, I mean, over, yeah, it's not as effective. So a good thing to do would be to spray it with the iodine, clean out the area, and then you would apply your antibiotic spray. So once the area has once no flies don't pitch in it or anything, and you use the antibiotic spray, it will heal it up so fast, and you won't have any need for any screwworm at all.
Yes.
Right? So that's what we want to.
Prevention.
You don't get the results because this is an antibiotic spray. So this will, just like when you get a cut and you get the doctor prescribe an antibiotic cream or so for you, that's what this is for the animals, right? So you just spray it on the area and it will start healing it up quick.
These are automatic waterers that can be put onto any pen with regular plumbing, little plumbing that you see there. You just screw on an adapter there, PVC adapter, and it keeps the water. You save gallons of water every day, and it keeps the water clean. The goats just go and touch here and they get water automatically. Keeps the water clean, keeps the water cool, and prevents them from wasting water. Especially in these hard times with water, it's really important.
You can't just look at a goat and know if they're pregnant. Once she's at least 6 weeks or 42 days old in pregnancy, we would be able to detect that using ultrasound. And if she's pregnant, we should be able to tell whether she's pregnant. And if it's a young pregnancy, we should be able to also count the amount of babies inside there, because that's also very important to know the amount of babies she's carrying so we can know how to feed them properly. You have a question? No. That is the best question from morning, if that's in the bucket. Unfortunately, no. We usually check for pregnancy on the right side. So, just for the sake of, because I know you won't be checking your own animal, but just in case somebody need to buy their own ultrasound, we check them on the right side, because what's on the left side of the animal? Anybody knows? The rumen. So the rumen is very big. It pushes out on the left side of the animal. So if you try to do your ultrasound from the left side, all you're going to be picking up is rumen, and you're not going to be able to see if animal is pregnant. She could be very well pregnant, but you'll miss it. So we go on the right side. Because the rumen is so big, it's pushing the reproductive tract to the right side. So we don't check on the left, so we don't check on the left. We always go right. So we have the ultrasound machine. So we're going to demonstrate how we do that. So here you go. Yes, and we use the same gel, the same everything, same type of machine, same procedure. So he's checking. So that's the bladder you're seeing there. That big round thing there that looks very uniform. So that's bladder. So this animal, if she was bred in the last 2-3 weeks, we would not be able to tell. But once she was bred a month and a half or later, we would be able to pick that up with ultrasound. So this animal is not pregnant. Which side again we go on? Why? The stomach is on the other side. Okay, the rumen is on the other side. So the pathologist is going to tell you whether the animal is pregnant or not. No? Okay, so just freeze it right there. Give me a better picture. Nice. Move it around. Right, so this is advanced pregnancy, and the older you get, the harder it becomes to actually count the amount of fetuses or babies inside there. So what we are seeing now is pieces of the placentum. So this animal is pregnant. You can see something actually moving there. So that might be what you see that little thing there moving. So that's a little part of the fetus moving around. So this animal is pregnant. So if you have never seen it before, you can actually come up and have a look. One. So move it around. Yeah, so it's still there, so you can see. So the very black part like here that's fluid, and all of those white stuff that you're seeing, that's part of the placenta. So keep moving it around. So you can see that all of those are part of the placenta. Just keep it in one position. So you can see that's a part of the goat, the fetus. So that might be even the head. So yep, so there you go. That's what a pregnant goat looks like. So pregnant goat. So we have this type of technology. So when we come on your farm, we generally don't speculate whether or not she's pregnant. So yeah, we don't want to stress her out. So that's it, farmers. We're probably gonna now move towards
Anybody wants to try anything, and we can bring one. Anybody wants
so yeah,
Take one of them home.
No, well,
farmers.
that's not in the bucket.
This is where you try everything. If you're not
You wanna do
sure,
it now? We have the
you want to
people
sharpen your
here.
skills, come and do it right here. We're here now. We're not gonna be here later.